Hello everybody, I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone and welcome back to another YouTube video. And we begin today's broadcast by letting you know that Paul Bissonnette has just absolutely gunned down a 5-hour, or not a 5-hour energy, a Red Bull can. There you go, Paul Bissonnasty. I don't know why, other than the fact that he's on Split Chickens, that he is on NHL on TNT. But he's really bringing the comedy like Shaquille O'Neal does for TNT for the NBA coverage. So there you go. Just started up the broadcast and Paul Bissonnette just guzzing down a Red Bull. There you go. What a start to the broadcast. And thank you for stopping by. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone tonight. March 16th, 2022. The Boston Bruins face the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota won the first matchup against the Bruins at the TD Garden, and that was back in December. And now they play at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. The national anthems are complete. The Bruins are coming off a 2-1 overtime win against the Blackhawks last night, which Matt Grzelcyk scored the overtime game winner. And we take a look at the Minnesota lineup. Making his debut is Tyson Jost of the Minnesota Wild. He got dealt from the Avalanche 2 days ago for a prospect defenseman going Colorado's way. Tyson Jost has been pretty solid for the past couple of years on that Avalanche third line, doing pretty good. Both these two teams entered tonight's game as the top teams in the wild card race. The Bruins ahead of the Capitals in the East, and the Wild 4 points ahead of the Golden Knights for the top wild card spot in the West. And away we go as the former Wild Charlie Coyle wins the faceoff, but the Wilds will bring it into their own end. Behind the net of Jeremy Swayman. Puck goes around the boards. Jordan Greenway played it around. So Allmark got the win last night for Boston. And now we have Jeremy Swayman back between the pipes tonight for the Bruins. We've yet to get word on who the Minnesota goaltender is. We'll keep you updated on that as Craig Smith goes over to Trent Frederick, and it goes out of his reach. Puck goes in around the boards. Now behind the net, Frederick tries to kick it to himself. Smith will backhand it off the boards. Coyle shot tipped and did not go on goal. Greenway gets poked away from Brandon Carlo. This will be flipped in the zone by Coyle. And as expected, it looks like Cam Talbot is your starting goaltender for the Wild. Behind the net, Matthew Dumba, the assistant captain, passes it up his left wing side. Jonas Brodin bounces it off the boards. Puck goes in behind the net. Swayman wraps it around for Marchand. Tries to dump it over to a defenseman. Can't do it. Nosek will play it behind the net for Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk sends it ahead to Marchand. And now Thomas Nosek brings it up the right-hand side. His wrist shot stopped by Talbot. Minute 21 into the game. Jeremy Swayman this season, 24-10-3, or actually since April of last year. And Cam Talbot this season's stats, 22-12-1, .906 percentage, and 1 shutout. Last time Swayman was on goal, pretty sure was the win as Nosek gets taken down in front of Jost. And that was when the Bruins defeated the Blackhawks last Thursday. So pretty weird how the Bruins play the Blackhawks twice in 1 week. And again, they haven't faced this Minnesota team since December. As puck is played around, Nosek tries to find it at the blue line and kept into the zone offsides. Marchand goes. Looked like Nick Bukestad got the poke check off. What's up to Evil Hope? Thanks for stopping by. McFlutterton Flood. You McFlood and Floor. You're getting interesting with those intros. What's up, my guy? Yeah, that's right. The Bruins are playing the Wild tonight. Only happens twice a year unless by some miracle they meet in the Stanley Cup Finals. DD pass. And around the boards it goes. Yeah, I'm paying monthly for StreamYard now, as Clifton shot on goal save made by Talbot. So the broadcasts up until at least June or July are going to be looking a lot more professional. You'll get the scoreboard and you'll get the regular. Go subscribe to the YouTube and the Instagram down on the bottom of the screen as Taylor Hall sends it up the ice. And of course, I'll be flipping that through as the game goes along. Right now, Tyson Jost in his first ever shift as a Minnesota Wild. He takes down Taylor Hall. Here's a pass, quick wrist shot. That one's blocked. Swayman lost sight of it. And now Smothers, as that was Eric Fiala going in on goal. Wild have been mild recently. They've been pretty good. Coming into today, 4 points ahead of Vegas for the top wildcard spot in the West. Their division rival, Dallas, and Nashville knocking on the door for that final playoff spot in the West as well. So Western Conference is going to be more entertaining than the Eastern Conference, that's for sure. At this point, the Bruins are trying to catch up to Toronto for third. Unless by some miracle the Bruins or Capitals collapse. Those are going to be the two wildcard teams. Columbus is the next team in line, but I think they're like 14 points behind Washington or something. They're going to have to go on an incredible roll with Washington or Boston going on an incredible skid, to say the least, for Columbus to make it. As passing it back and flipping into the zone was the Wild defenseman. Played around. Now around the boards it goes. Miss Fiala kept in at the blue line. Here's a shot by Fiala. Save made, and a Swayman will kick the rebound aside. And from Joel Eriksson Ek, coming fresh off his 6-year contract extension. I believe that was either this offseason or last offseason. I think it was this past offseason he got signed that big contract. Here comes Jordan Greenway. He flips it in. Left wing side around the boards. Carlo now has it. Oh, and Carlo gets romped behind the net. What an amazing hit by Marcus Foligno. And now a shot, the blue line missed. And Carlo just now gaining his balance and grabbing his stick. Oh, Brandon Carlo is absolutely sandwiched behind the Bruins net. That shot caroms off the boards, and the shot missed by John Merrill. Pass back to John Merrill. Slap shot, tip wide to the glove side. And Swayman throws a little punch to Joel Eriksson Ek as he passes the crease. Bruins get it back. They bounce it off the boards, and Coyle gets cross-checked from behind. My goodness, the referees are keeping the whistles silent. Here's a pass. Kaprizov finds a defenseman, and he missed blocker's side. The Bruins must be exhausted playing the overtime game yesterday, and Minnesota has come out absolutely dominating in these first 4.5 minutes. Kaprizov circles the net. Kaprizov waits and poked away by Marchand, and the puck finally leaves the Bruins zone. Dumba shoots it in on goal. Missed. Marchand will get it back. Now at center, Marchand will flip it in. Look for DeBrusk on the pass, but it's stolen, and up ahead goes Minnesota. Pass from Matt Zuccarello doesn't connect. The Bruins try to bring it up ice, and here comes Taylor Hall with speed, working against a defenseman. He sends it around the boards from blade to stick. David Pastrnak goes on in, tries a toe drag, couldn't get it done. Hala off the boards to Pastrnak. The dump off to Riley to Hala. That shot's blocked. Out in front, McAvoy skates back, passes down low to the left-hand side. Hala pinned to the boards by Jared Spurgeon. Pastrnak, a no-look pass to McAvoy. Kick save Talbot. Rebound goes back to Pastrnak, who finds Riley, and the one-timer smothered. Oh my, the Bruins then got a little jolt of life near the end of that shift. And after being dominated from their end, it was then the Bruins started to get a pressure on the net, and Matt Dumba just laying out. It was Craig Smith, not Charlie Coyle. And some bodies are being thrown here, and a couple of pretty good scoring attempts for both teams thus far as well. It's always fun to see Eastern versus Western Conference matchups because they only play each other twice a year, and they usually a lot of grindy games going on. And Brandon Carlo's going to be called for a trip. And I don't necessarily agree with that. It's looked to me the Minnesota player blatantly made contact with Carlo. Oh, give him 2 for embellishment. Let's take a look here again on the replay. Minnesota wins the draw. I mean, Carlos sticks the knee out there on Kevin Fiala, and he went for a ride. It's going to be a power play for Minnesota. That looked a lot less blatant in real time than it did on the replay. Now, I don't know. That's a 50-50 call right there. You could probably give it 4-on-4. Bruin fans would love to argue for embellishment, and I don't blame them. But Carlo does get called for tripping, so Minnesota gets the first power play of the game. Fiala down low finds Dumbo, who's wide open, and the puck bounced off his stick. McAvoy gets there, crushes Fiala. Puck goes around the boards. Dumba back to the blue line. Fakes the shot. Pass down low. But in front, that one missed the glove side. Frederick Gaudreau took the shot. Now the Bruins will set up the other way with Brad Marchand. Takes the shot on goal. That one's blocked. Minnesota now works with it through center. Dumba pass. Fiala leaves it for a forward. Waiting. Finds a man. That's Matthew Boldley, the incredible rookie. Massachusetts native, in fact. Dumps it over to Spurgeon. Back down low. Spurgeon trying to set up a one-timer. They do, and Swayman makes the save on Kevin Fiala. So 51 seconds left on the Wild power play. 13 minutes, 11 seconds to go. First period. Look at Spurgeon here. Good little back pass to Fiala. There's been some tremendous passing by Minnesota on this power play, but they haven't really got much shots off. And that was their first, I guess, true shot on goal. Wild win the draw. Spurgeon to Kaprizov, and he rips it blocker side. 1-0 Minnesota. And there is the rocket wrist shot by Kirill Kaprizov. Swayman didn't even flinch, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. Clean face-off win. I don't know why you got Nick Foligno taking the face-off. That's neither here nor there. Minnesota works it down low. Good pass from Alex Goligoski. He finds Kirill Kaprizov, and he rips it blocker side to Swayman over the shoulder. The Bruins have been completely outmatched this entire game so far. And there's Kaprizov's 31st goal of the season. 1-0 Minnesota, and they tie the shot on goal department at 4. I kind of sensed Minnesota was going to come out hungry tonight, and I actually had the Wild winning this game 5-3. It looks like right now that might be on pace to happening, as Talbot will send it over to Dumba. Now Joel Eriksson brings his way in, passes it to the right wing. Arlo up to Pasternak, shoots it on goal. That one stopped by Talbot. He'll bounce it off the boards. And Marchand try to chip it forward. He can't. So Goligoski and Spurgeon get the assists on the Kaprizov power play goal. It wouldn't take long for Minnesota to jump up 1-0 in this one. Puck bounces off the glass, and Connor Clifton will bring it up ahead to Nosek. He can't have it. Now Wild will bring it up ahead again. Up the left wing side, John Merrill, the ex-Canadian and Devil, shoots it in down low, looking for Kaprizov. Bruins get it and clear it out to center. DeBrusque doesn't make a hustle for it, and Boston looks like went for a line change, but probably wasn't the proper thing to do. Puck bounced off the boards. Minnesota will skate back for it, and a nice little cross check by Thomas Nosek that does not get called. The physicality in this game is absolutely incredible. I think the Bruins are playing the Maple Leafs right now with the amount of hitting that's going on. That shot by Bukestad, stopped by Swayman. Rebound goes back over to the blue line. That shot deflects out of play, and with 11:08 to go, it is Kaprizov, his 31st of the season, putting Minnesota up 1-0, and the Bruins got to put this game on cruise control. Minnesota has dominated the opening 9 minutes. All right, now in commercial break, good news for all you baseball fans. Obviously, the lockout's over. Spring training begins tomorrow. And on right now, the Senators are beating the Blue Jackets 1-0 in the only other game going on right now. And then the Lightning and Kraken are on TNT right after this game for your doubleheader. I, of course, will only be doing Bruins and Wild. And the Devils and Flames also starting 10 o'clock Eastern. And for NBA scores, the 76ers defeating the Cavaliers 61-49. The Nuggets defeating the Wizards 61-43. The Hawks beating the Hornets 64-58. The Nets currently ahead of the Mavericks 25-20. And the Knicks up 32-23 over the Trailblazers. Lakers, Timberwolves starting any second now. Same with Rockets and Suns. 8:30 tip-off between the Thunder and the Spurs. 9 o'clock will be Bulls and Jazz. And at 10 o'clock, that's the game of the night, probably across all the sports leagues. Bruins, or rather Celtics, the other Boston team going at it. Celtics and Warriors. Same thing with Bucks and Kings at 10 and Raptors, Clippers at 10:30. Of course, college basketball March Madness tournament beginning tomorrow. Actually, I think there was a playing game on right now, actually. I'll actually go check that as we head out of commercial break. Basketball scores. Yeah, right now we do have a few games on. I don't necessarily know if these are March Madness or not. I do know that the big game was Wright State versus Bryant University. That is 58-50. Wright State in front as we speak. So we'll keep you updated on that game as the night continues. Wild win the draw. We got a fight off the face-off. It is Frederick against Duarmi, and Duarmi throws a right. Frederick now tries to grab him by the collar, trying to put him down. Duarmi throws another right, throws a left. Frederick's buckets off. Duarmi looks like swinging that one. Oh, Frederick, what a left! And now they're both firing. Duarmi clips him with a left. Frederick with 3 rights, 4 rights. Frederick won this bout, and down he goes. What a fight win for Trent Frederick. 6 massive rights and then the takedown. And that's why you don't keep someone like Trent Frederick out for Providence. Back in January 6th, remember, Frederick delivered a cheap shot on Kirill Kaprizov, and which then led to him fighting with Dmitry Kulikov. And tonight, right off the face-off, right off the first commercial break, we have a fight between Duarme and Frederick. Brendan Duarme, left winger, number 21, leave his second season with Minnesota. And Frederick, second year center for the Bruins. They'll both be going to the box. That was a pretty good fight, though. It looked like Duarme was going to win the fight at first, and then Frederick just came out guns a-blazing near the end. Eventually went for the takedown, so they're gone for 5 minutes each, of course. And face-off will be retaken to the glove side of Swayman. Charlie Coyle taking the draw against Frederick Gaudreau, and Gaudreau wins the draw. Slap shot's blocked. Gaudreau gets it back. Poked away by Foligno, and Craig Smith will send it up ice. Here comes Charlie Coyle. Coyle gets pinned to the boards. Foligno now tries to trap Gaudreau on the boards. Riley will backhand it forward. Puck bounces off of Craig Smith's stick. Minnesota brings it up the other way, and Gaudreau goes offsides. Charlie Coyle had the game-winning goal Saturday against the Coyotes. That was the last Jeremy Swayman win, by the way. I said previously it was that Chicago game last Thursday. Now it was on Saturday, which I still don't know why Swayman was playing against the Coyotes, but that's neither here nor there. Hala will win the draw against Joel Eriksson Ek, and Grzelcyk will go back for it in his end, and he'll bring it around the boards. Jonathan Drew, or rather, a shot save made by Swayman on Jonas Brodin. Face-off looks like we taken here to the left-hand side. Well, it looks like we have another penalty coming up against the Bruins here. Penalty coming up for, I think that was on Nosak. So Wild going back on the power play. Up 1-0. They're 1-for-1 so far. Here's Brandon Carlo. Shoots it around the boards and up to Brad Marchand. He shoots it on goal save made by Talbot. And he leaves it for Alex Goligoski. I mean, you want to talk about a great shorthanded goal scorer. That was Brad Marchand last season. Kaprizov goes in near breakaway, and Swayman shuts down the backhand forehand. On a near breakaway by Kirill Kaprizov, another incredible save. Zuccarello. That one's picked off by Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk goes around Goligoski and shoots it over the net glove side. Well, at least the Bruins are playing much better on this penalty kill than they were on the last one. At least that's a plus, as Kaprizov will bring it up ahead, up the right wing side. Minnesota keeps alive the blue line. Here is Kaprizov, finds Zuccarello, tries to rip it glove side and miss the net. Kaprizov back over to the blue line. Brodin down low. Well, they had Spurgeon wide open in the slot for a second. Pass back to Brodin. That shot missed again to the glove side. Zuccarello's no-look pass is taken away by McAvoy. And now Jake DeBrusk will send it up ahead. Curtis Lazar circles, looks for DeBrusk. Now Lazar tries to go from blade to stick, and he gives it up, and up come the Wild on the right wing. Gaudreau. Blith tried to take it away from him, and he does take it away from a Minnesota player. That was number 22, Kevin Fiala. Bruins go up ice. They avoid the offsides. Lazar's backhand on goal is stopped by Talbot, and after an abysmal first attempt on the penalty kill, they get a much better second penalty kill. Not only keep the Wild scoreless on that one, but outshoot them 3-1, it looked, while maintaining the puck for the majority of the time. Here comes Taylor Hall. Up the left wing side. The pass, the shot, save Talbot. Now here's Dumba. Up ahead of Fiala from blade to stick. He'll dump it in. McAvoy's there to chase it. Charlie McAvoy's going to wait. He's going to bounce it off the glass. This one's taken away. Foligno, the pass to Greenway, and we get a stoppage. And it didn't look like Foligno liked the call. Whatever it was, it looks like we're going to head to our second commercial break. Kaprizov, backhand, forehand, breakaway. Swayman stones him with the left pad. And Columbus tied up at 1 against Ottawa. Let's take a look at their goal update there. Or actually, I guess we can't because they just won't show up. Well, that's great. 76ers up 72-59 over the Cavaliers. The Nuggets up 73-52 over the Wizards. The Hawks up 67-62 over the Hornets. The Nets are up 30-23 over the Mavericks. And the Knicks up 38-34 over the Timberwolves. Lakers are rather over the Trailblazers. Timberwolves and Lakers and Suns Rockets basically starting up right now. And March Madness does begin tomorrow. Oh boy, we got some games for you. A lot of games for you, in fact. I'm thinking if I'm going to give March Madness a shot, I'm thinking I'm going to try to commentate Duke on Friday. I mean, that might work. It's a 7:10 start time. Duke ranked 9th against Cal State Fullerton. We'll see. I'm trying to think. It looks like Power Skate's going to be on Saturday this week. Sunday will most likely be the NASCAR race if my plans are canceled that day. So I'll be doing the NASCAR race on Sunday. Then, I don't know. I'm thinking about making a Jaguars free agency video. Probably that'll be posted tomorrow because I don't really plan on commentating tomorrow unless we'll see. I'll probably end up doing the Jaguars video tomorrow. Just primarily me talking about the Christian Kirk and Darius Williams contracts probably. And probably me being ecstatic that Taven Bryan's now gone. Although we also had to get rid of Miles Jack, which is painful. But yeah, we'll probably talk about the Jaguars in an upcoming video. Either tomorrow or Friday, as Taylor Hall lost his stick. Now Bruins trying to clear it. Holla, he has it. He'll pass it over to Grzelcyk, and Grzelcyk will circle back. Matt Grzelcyk, nice move. Give it Pasternak. We'll go for the line change. Up ahead go the Bruins. Hall leaves it for DeBrusque. Hits Brodin in the corner. Jonas Brodin sends it ahead. Here comes Tyson Jost. Number 10 for Minnesota. Sends it in, but DeBrusque will send it back the other way, and that shot missed the glove side. DeBrusque, since I did the Bruins-Kings game last Monday, DeBrusque's kind of been on a cold streak since. I think he had an assist against the Blackhawks last Thursday, and that's pretty much about it, unless he got a point against Arizona I'm unaware about. DeBrusque's, 5-6 game point streak. That's definitely come to an end by now. Here's McAvoy, walks on in and shoots glove side and misses. Here's a rebound. A stick goes flying, and a Bruin is down in front of the Wild net. That is Nick Foligno, and I think he drew blood, and if he did, that's going to be 2 at least. Bruins have yet to be on the power play where the Wild have had 2 attempts. Let's take a look here on the replay as Foligno gets taken down. Didn't look like they called a penalty, though. So we will continue 5-on-5. Face-off taken. Walker's side to Talbot, and the Bruins win the draw, and Riley keeps it down low. Kaprizov sends it up the other way. Pass out in front, bounced off the stick of Spurgeon. Bruins pass it back to McAvoy. Off the boards. Bruins will try to flip it through center, and they do. Pass to Kaprizov. Another breakaway, and he scores! Glove side goal for Kirill Kaprizov. That's the second time in 4 minutes. They just let Kaprizov go on a breakaway. He cashes in. This is about to be a nightmare for the Bruins. And I kind of sensed it heading in, but defensive collapse. Mike Riley doesn't even look back. Fantastic pass by Matt Zuccarello. Blade to stick. Kaprizov outskates everyone. Beats Swayman glove side. I think I picked the wrong night to commentate. I should have done last night's game. McAvoy beat Riley, not even paying attention. Everyone's back at center ice. That's the speed of Kirill Kaprizov. So his second goal of the game, 32nd of the year. Minnesota up 2-0. Pastrnak tries to find Taylor Hall. Here's a shot. That one's blocked. Rebound. Scooped up by Hall. And he lost possession almost immediately. Marcus Foligno skates back in his own end. Dishes it over to a defenseman. So yes, we do have Marcus versus Nick Foligno tonight. Zuccarello and Spurgeon with the assists on the Kaprizov goal that happened moments ago. Pastrnak lost possession to Fiala. Up ahead, Boldy will bring it in. Through center, dances around Nosak. Takes a couple of whacks from Nosak. Goes right on in on Connor Clifton. Oh my goodness. The Bruins got to do a better job of that. Dries Bergeron is out tonight for that first line. Scored the regulation goal against the Blackhawks last night. But yeah, no Bergeron tonight's definitely hurting the Bruins. Spurgeon, he gets hit. Looked like a Wild player lost his stick. That was Galchenyuk. Boldy's shot be backhanded out into the Wild's end. Spurgeon, D to Goligoski. Over to Boldy. Shoots it in on goal. Good check. McAvoy steals after Yost was hit. Now the Bruins will bring it up ahead. And Tom Blyth looks for Curtis Lazar. Lazar makes a move. Finds a man out in front. McAvoy, the pass down low. A shot. Missed the net. Blyth's rebound. Hit the side of the net and didn't find a centering pass. Oh, that was a green light hit. Yost got drilled by McAvoy. Up ahead, Lazar dumps it in. Bruins are playing very physical. That's not going to get them goals on the scoreboard unless they crash the net. Here comes Minnesota. That one will bounce off the glass. Grzelcyk will chase it from his own end. Off the boards it goes. Here comes Charlie Coyle. Pass over to Craig Smith. Slap shot by Carlo. Miss. Rebound. Tip out in front. And Craig Smith buries it. Bruins cut the lead in half. Carlo took the shot on goal. Smith banged it in off the rebound from Talbot. 2-1. Craig Smith now has 3 goals in 3 games. Looked like it bounced off a Dumba skate. Talbot couldn't see it, and Smith was right there to bury it home. Glove side, and that's going to build some momentum for you right there. And I think it was a kick save by Talbot, and Smith able to get his 3rd goal in 3 games. Didn't score against Chicago. Scored 2 in the first period against the Coyotes, though. He's done a marvelous job this season. He's basically done a marvelous job since the playoffs started last year. Of course, had the Craig Smith, the wraparound, it's over goal. Of course, if you watch the Power Skate show, you'll know what I mean. And then he's been doing fantastic ever since basically that goal. This season, he's done well, primarily playing on the 3rd line, so certainly worth that contract. I think he is an expiring contract at the end of this season, which kind of stinks. I would love if the Bruins re-signed him. I think it was, what was it, a 2-year, $9 million deal or something along the lines of that. As Lazar will poke it away from Foligno. He lost possession. Now Marcus Foligno brings him down low. Feel like I should say. So Craig Smith's 14th goal of the year. Frederick and Carlo with the assist and icing is called with 1:56 to go in the period. Feel like whenever a Foligno player touches the puck, I should note who it is. And now we got a scrum. Derek Forbot involved in the middle of it. Blith is also involved. Number 29 for Minnesota, Dmitry Kulikov, looked like he was trying to break up the fight. Kirill Kaprizov on the breakaway made it 2-0, but Craig Smith quickly responds. Wild lead 2-1. As this should hopefully be our last commercial break of the period. Which will be nice. We'll get to intermission before 8:30, which means... Okay. This game will probably end at around 10:15, 10:30 Eastern time, depending on if they go into overtime and shootout and so on and so forth. Still 1-1 between Columbus and Ottawa. That game now in the first intermission. And right now, we take a look at some college basketball. Wright State up against Bryant, 71-61, and Mississippi State beating Virginia, 36-34. You have Rick Pitino's Iona College going up against the Florida Gators, and also tonight, Notre Dame against Rutgers. Thinking maybe you'll see some college broadcast as this continues on, but we're right now in the NCAA first round. 16th ranked Wright State beating 16th ranked Bryant, now 73-61. Jags are making some bold moves. Vikings being very disappointed as usual. Well, I heard before I went on they're interesting in that's right, Bill Carl, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I heard they were interested in bringing back Patrick Peterson, but why would they do that? I have no idea. Let's see, what has Minnesota done? They gave Kirk Cousins a pay raise. For why? I mean, I love Kirk Cousins, but why would you give him a pay raise? I have no idea. They released Michael Pierce. They're probably going to have to end up reworking either Thielen or Cook's contract. Yeah, I don't really know what Minnesota's done. Minnesota's been quiet. And again, like I said, I do plan on doing either a Jaguars free agency vid Thursday or Friday. Some of the moves make sense. Some of them I'm just dying for answers because some of them make sense and some of them don't. For example, releasing Miles Jack as Jordan Greenway was called for high sticking, so the Bruins are on power play. For example, releasing Miles Jack and giving Zay Jones $30 million a year isn't exactly incredible. But they built on their D-line. They got Darius Williams for a good price. Some have hit, some haven't. The Christian Kirk contract's kind of whatever, in my opinion, as that puck deflected out of play. Looked like a female in the front row made the grab. Bruins still got a minute and a half left on their power play. So if the Bruins don't score at the end of this period, they have a whopping 4 seconds of power play time to start off the second. Well, Jaguars are making some weird moves. But again, that's a future video. As McAvoy's spin move. Pasternak will make a pass to Coyle and pass back to Marchand, but it bounced off his stick. Taylor Hall bounced off the boards, flipped in around. Marchand now has it. Tries to find Hall. That one's cleared by Minnesota, and that's really the first time they got the puck out of the Bruins zone, or out of the Wild zone, this entire power play. Grizzly comes ahead with speed. The drop pass to Pasternak. Goes on in, pass to Coyle, and he goes offsides. 35.1 to go. Yeah, who did Minnesota sign? I don't even know. I know Jeff Gladney is he wasn't charged guilty in his court case, and now he's on the Cardinals, I believe. Faceoff was won by the Bruins. They're gonna have to go all the way back to grab it. Pasternak weaves his way through, passes it over to the left wing. That one gets blocked. Pass down low. Bruins will backhand it back out to center ice. Here comes DeBrusk, quick wrist shot. That one deflects that play with 8.1 to go. Probably going to face off just outside the Wild zone. So the Vikings re-signed their punter, Jordan Berry. They re-signed him to a one-year deal. And they got Jordan Hicks. Aaron Hicks is a baseball player. They got Jordan Hicks, who was released by the Cardinals last week. I mean, he's not awful. He's not good. And then they got, Harrison Phillips, 3 years for $19 million for Harrison Phillips. Oh, boy. That's a bit of an overpayment. Minnesota's been quiet. Face-off won by the Wild, and they try to clear it. Grizzly can't keep it in the zone, and the Bruins, again, with a whopping 4 seconds to begin the second period on the power play. And actually, thankfully, both the NFL and MLB off seasons going on right now. We have a lot of stuff to talk about during these next 2 intermissions. And again, got StreamYard until hopefully June, so we'll be able to share the screens and stuff like that as well during this intermission. Before I start, I know the Giants signed. Who did they sign? They signed Jock Peterson. I want to see how much he's making. It was for 1 year, $6 million. So let me go make that real quickly, and then we can go start to do the recap and start to have an intermission here. Giants sign again. If you guys are following the Instagram right now, make sure you start liking those posts and whatnot, because it's that time of year once again. We have all the MLB and NFL offseason going on at the same time. The NHL trade deadlines later this week. I mean, my gosh, you want to talk about a busy time in the sports world to be posting right now is the chance to, right now is when you're posting a lot every day. So I'm kind of looking forward to probably next week when the MLB and NFL off seasons died down, and basically all there's going to be is the NBA trade deadline, which probably isn't going to be awful. So a 1 year, $6 million deal to a 1 year, $6 million. All right. I'm going to put the hashtags. Okay, let me go tag them now. And San Francisco. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yay, Jordan Hicks is the big signing. Yep. That's right. We have serious O-line needs and, of course, nothing. Yeah. Oh, and I also just got news right now. Like, I literally just am looking at my main source of NFL news. I just got the news that you guys just lost your tight end, too. Tyler Conklin, now a member of the New York Jets on a 1 year deal. And Callie Yancroke just got traded to the Flames. Okay, that's a post right there. Powerscape post that one, though. Thanks, Alex. I will gladly accept the invite on that one. Is there NHL trades going on right now too? You gotta be serious. Oh my goodness. Ben Sherratt's getting traded as well. Yep. Ben Sherratt to the Panthers for Ty Smolnik, a 2023 first and 2022 fourth. Wow. Well then. That's huge. They got Sherratt with 50% salary retained as well. Well, there you go. Let me go post that. It doesn't look like that's posted yet on Power Skates. We'll go do that one right now. Panthers logo. I mean, man, what a day it was today for sports. What a week it's been for sports transactions. Yeah, I just want to get the Sherratt post on, then we can begin the news. But like, if you guys have been paying attention to the NFL today, I mean, a lot of crazy stuff happened. Joe Flacco returned to the Jets, and Brian Hoyer returned to the Patriots, and what else? Well, Blake Bortles signed his he signed his future deal already. So I don't got to sit through Bortles sitting in free agency this year. Instead, it's the Saints practice squad. So it's pretty much the same thing. I'm still getting tortured, but hey, that's pretty cool, right? Baker Mayfield wrote his I'm leaving Cleveland note, basically. I don't think Baker Mayfield's staying with the Browns at this point, which is kind of ridiculous because, look, was he good last year? No, he was far from it. But the man was playing through a million shoulder injuries, and he's getting just slandered by the media for it. For what? Like showing heart, showing charisma, trying to be a leader? I don't get why everyone's hating on Baker Mayfield. He should stay in Cleveland. I know Deshaun Watson's been like rumored to go to the Browns, but I don't think that's so stupid. Where should Deshaun go? Well, Deshaun Watson should go to the Saints, if you want my personal opinion. Even though that'll basically make sure Bortles will be released. What do I care? At this point, I think Watson should go to the Saints. He's probably going to end up going to the Panthers, though. I want him to go to the Saints, but he's definitely going to the Panthers because the Saints are too slammed up against the cap. You think Baker's being disrespected a little bit? Yeah, I mean, he's trying to play through an injury. He has a ginormous contract he's got to play through. And even though he's injured, he's still playing through that contract. I don't know. Baker Mayfield's kind of a sensitive subject right now. But he just said basically whether he's staying or leaving Cleveland, he wrote his goodbye letter. And that's not good. Like, imagine if he does stay. Like, that's not good. That's not good. A 2022, what was it, fourth for Sherratt? Yep. Yeah, but I don't know. I've also heard rumors that what's his name, Mayfield might be going to the Colts, which makes sense because the Colts are really the only QB needy team left, and I don't know if they're gonna necessarily draft a quarterback. For them, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't see why they should draft a quarterback, especially in the first round. I think that would be kind of stupid. So, they're gonna most likely end up it again. I forgot to tag escape. But what are they gonna do here? If Mayfield goes to the Colts, that changes the entire complexity of who wins that division. Oh, and the Dolphins are expected to sign Raheem Mostert. Oh my God, why is everything happening now? Like, why? Like, of course, nothing happens for the past 2 hours, and then once they go on stream, everything happens. Nah, but we'll see how what the Baker Mayfield thing is about. I think he's staying in Cleveland. I think it's getting a little bit overblown, but has the team lost confidence in him? Absolutely. And it's kind of stupid because you literally draft him first overall. Like, he's supposed to be a franchise guy, but yet you're not treating him like your franchise guy. It's pretty confusing. And yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. The Browns are being the Browns. There's nothing I can say about that. All right. And Raheem Mostert to the flipping Dolphins. Man, what we had a million transactions today. So Raheem Mostert Day. That's interesting. Only 1 year for Mostert? Really? Wow. Okay. I thought Mostert would get at least a multi-year deal. I didn't even know Mostert was a pending free agent. All right, we can start to share the screen now, and I guess I could multitask here. I feel like the intermission's already almost over, but at least I've been talking about stuff, so I don't necessarily feel bad. All right, the Packers. You can see, like, I literally had to put 3 players in a post to just save me from absolute agony. So they released the Darius Smith. They re-signed Preston Smith to a 4-year, $52.5 million deal, and then Devondre Campbell to a 5-year, $50 million deal, which was pretty nice. And I don't know. I think that's kind of an overpayment for Preston Smith because he is getting up there in age. I think he's turning 29 by the time the season starts. And Devondre Campbell's an interesting one. Does he deserve a pay raise? Absolutely. Did he deserve that high of a pay raise? I don't know. That's an interesting one. I probably would have gave a 3-year deal for Campbell. Oh yeah, Julio Jones got released today. I forgot about that. But yeah, right. Julio Jones released after 1 year with the Titans. We'll get to that though. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna basically just skip the Jaguar stuff for now. Like I said, they should be getting their own video either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm gonna skip the Jaguar news for now. The Browns officially waived Jarvis Landry, which why you traded for Amari Cooper just to release your already proven more healthy Amari Cooper? I don't get this. Why would you release Landry when you could have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league? I'm kind of lost for words on that one. How do I spell Mostert? Oh, that's how I spell Mostert. Okay. Trying to multitask. All right, move on to the next one here. Bengals sign right guard Alex Capa to a 4-year, $40 million deal. Listen, it's overpayment for a lineman, but guess what? You're not going to get Joe Burrow killed. By the way, came in the mail today. AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals long sleeve. So yeah, I'm happy to be to get that. I ordered that last week, but yeah, I mean, you definitely want $40 million to go to a different player, but considering you're going to help Joe Burrow not get sacked every other play, I can't complain. I think Adams is justified in sitting out. Oh, yeah, Devontae Adams wants to sit out. I didn't even have time to post that one, but yep, that's another rumor I heard. Devontae Adams might sit out if he doesn't get a pay raise. Well, I would say don't sign the franchise tag after your quarterback signs a $200 million contract. If Devontae Adams actually sits out, I think he's an idiot. My brutal, honest opinion. Because he literally signed the franchise tag after Rodgers got extended, knowing now the Packers re-signing Smith, re-signing Campbell, re-signing Rodgers, that just absolutely killed your salary cap. And basically you're going to demand more money? Come on, man. Suck it up, play the franchise tag. Devontae Adams is making $20 million next season. That's more than I'm probably going to have him make in my life. And that's not the franchise tag. You got to shush. The Eagles signed defensive end Hanson Reddick to a 3-year deal worth $35 million. $30 million guaranteed on that one. That's a very nice contract for Harrison Reddick, one of the most underrated pass rushers in the entire league the past few years. I'm certainly not going to complain about that one. I would be pretty happy if I was an Eagles fan. You don't have to deal with Ryan Kerrigan anymore, which I think is pretty good. I think Brandon Graham's contract may have also expired. He's been injury prone the past couple of years anyway. So I like that one a lot. Moving on. Okay, this is the dumb one. I lied. I lied about all the signings I'm talking about. This was a bad one. This was a bad one. This was an okay one. This is the worst. Mitchell Trubisky, 2 years, $14 million. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to go after Deshaun Watson. They are not going to go after any other free agent quarterback out there. We talking Marcus Mariota. We're talking anybody, all right? Tyrod Taylor is even a better option than this. Don't worry, we'll get to him in the second period, most likely. Mitchell Trubisky gets $14 million. For what? For being a second overall draft pick. That's literally why. Instead of making a trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, instead of making a trade for Gardner Minshew, instead of, another free agency quarterback I would have went after, Jameis Winston? Hello? How has Jameis Winston not been signed yet? You telling me Teddy Bridgewater, Mitchell Trubisky, and Tyrod Taylor and Joe Flacco are all four getting signed before Jameis Winston gets signed? I mean, I know Winston suffered a torn ACL, but give me a break. Mitchell Trubisky, Pittsburgh took the cheap way out. They listened to the media. They took a look at that beautiful 2021 Nickelodeon Most Valuable Player Award, and they said, you know what? We needed that on our team. When you have no plan B, because if Trubisky gets hurt, you're stuck with even worse quarterbacks in Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins. Rant's over, but I seriously, I do not know why, just why would you go out and sign Trubisky? And they gave him a 2-year deal too. I would have gave him the 1-year, $3 million deal, take it or leave it. That's what I would have done if I was a GM. Oh yeah, and of course, baseball news has been getting in a little bit here. As I like the camera I did. The Athletics traded first baseman Matt Olson to the Braves for Christian Pache. He's a fantastic player. Catchers Sean Langarius and pitchers Joe Estes and Ryan Cusick. That was a pretty huge trade. I give props to the Braves for pulling this trade off. The world champions are getting even better. All right, and that's the end of the first intermission. Don't worry, hopefully I won't have to post anything for the second intermission. Good, we haven't had an NFL transaction in 14 minutes. Hallelujah. All right, second period's on our way. Now back to hockey. Joel Eriksson wins the faceoff. Wilder up 2-1 off both goals by Kaprizov. Craig Smith, the Bruin goal scorer. And here's Connor Clifton from behind his net. Clifton to Forbot. Off the boards, Greenway. That one's stolen. Up ahead goes Trent Frederick, and Frederick tries to make a move around Talbot. That doesn't necessarily work. Puck bounces off the glass. Frederick gets it back over to Coyle. Charlie Coyle passes it to Craig Smith. Back over to the blue line. McAvoy shot, miss wide to the glove side. And Minnesota will clear it, and it'll bounce out to center. Clifton, that one's stolen. Minnesota brings up the other way. Offsides waved off. That wrist shot blocker saved by Swayman. Puck comes in behind the net. Forbot hits Greenway to the boards. Bruins trying to clear. They can't do it. Greenway. Yeah, that one's stolen, and it'll deflect that play. 1 minute in to this second period. Let's take a look here on the replay. Deflected play over the Minnesota bench. Bruins win the faceoff to the blocker side of Swayman. Marchand, the back pass to Riley. Now Nosak up to Marchand. Brad Marchand. Kaprizov lost possession and puck goes that play. We're going to get a stoppage here. And it looks like a penalty coming up against Minnesota. And it's going to be Kaprizov going to the box. A rare Kaprizov penalty. That's going to send the Bruins on a power play. So they end the period on a power play. They start off the period, and that's going to be, I'm not sure what they would call that. Elbowing? Tripping? I would argue if I was a Wild fan, but also they were, in my opinion, gift-wrapped in that Brandon Carlo tripping penalty. So I don't know. Referees have not been that good tonight for either team. Kaprizov for holding makes sense, I guess, but I would debate that one. As McAvoy will bring it up ahead. Marchand flips it in. Minnesota clears. Swayman leaves it for McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy weaves his way through center, passes it over to the right wing, back to Marchand, wrist shot, score! Power play goal! Brad Marchand rips it glove side. Game's tied at 2. Well, they come back. I'm surprised by that. They were getting absolutely dominated the first 10 minutes of this game, but they have come back and they cash in on the power play. Both teams now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Little pass to McAvoy, and then flipped it to Coyle, back to Marchand, and he rips it by Cam Talbot. There you go. Bruins tie it, and they've already scored as many goals as they did last night. Ain't that nice? You knew it was going to take more than 2 goals to defeat a team like the Wild, and we could be in for a shootout here. This has been a very entertaining hockey game. 2 minutes into the second period, and it's 2-2. And now Kaprizov comes out of the box. As Bruins will play it around the boards. As here is Goudreau. He gets pinned. Now pass to Boldy. Lee from blade to stick takes a shot, misses to the glove side, rebound saved by Swayman after he was interfered with by Grizzlick. And the Bruins clear finally. Spurgeon up ahead. Brandon Carlo off the glass. Foligno off the board. Saracala. Talbot plays it around. Here's a shot on goal. That one Kirum's off. Pass bounced off the boards. Taylor Hall. That one bounced off a skate. Hall's shot. That one's no good. Pass. Forbot shot. Missed to the glove side. Bruins have scored 3 of their last 4 shots on goal. Or rather, Marchand scored 3 of his last 4 shots on goal. I misread that stat. It's been 19 minutes without an NFL transaction. Stunning news we got going on here. All right, Bruins win the face-off. McAvoy's pass for Marchand. That's down low, around the boards it goes. McAvoy bear hugged to DeBrusque. Back up at the blue line. That shot tipped on goal, save made. By the way, Brad Marchand, his last 6 games against the Wild, he has 6 goals and 5 assists. How about that for Marchand? Here's Nosak, pass to Marchand. Marchand looking for his second of the game. Bruins now lead the shots on goal 11-10. As that one's flipped into the Bruins zone by Minnesota, Swayman leaves his cage, leaves it for McAvoy, who gets tripped up and nothing's called. Puck bounced off the boards. Mike Riley gets taken down by Jost, and Charlie Coyle now trying to poke it forward. Good check on the left-hand boards. Bruins will send it on out. Flipped on into the zone by Mike Riley. Talbot slows it down. Dumba bounced it off the boards. Here is Coyle. Takes a seat behind the Minnesota net. This one will be flipped out and cleared. Bounced off the glove. And we get a stoppage. Bounced off the glove of Curtis Lazar. Next commercial break, I'm actually going to have to take a break because they will have to do something real quick. And I did talk throughout the entire first intermission, so I want to catch my breath a bit. Next up, taken just outside the Bruins zone, and Boston wins the draw. Flipped into the Minnesota zone by Foligno. Good check behind the cage by Anton Blyth. Here comes Minnesota up the other way, though. 3-on-3. Lazar picks off the Spurgeon pass. Up the other way goes Foligno. Nick Foligno finds Blyth in the slot, and it bounced off his stick. Minnesota brings it up the other way. Good pass up the left wing side. Finds Zuccarello in the middle. Shots blocked. Lazar takes out a Minnesota player and sends him behind the Bruin net. Here comes Anton Blyth. Shoots it in on wide of the glove side, and puck will bounce off the boards for Zuccarello. Connor Clifton gets hit. Puck bounced off the boards. Minnesota's got it back. The centering pass doesn't connect. Matt Grizzlick bounced that one off the boards. Here is Lazar. Pasternak. Lost possession there. Dumba finds a man. That's going to be, I think, Foligno takes a shot on goal, and that one stopped. Lazar, backhander, goes around the boards. Pasternak gets it back. Dumba chasing him. Here's a quick pass. That one's Stopped in the tracks. Grizzlick pokes it forward, and away they go. Bruins just shoot it into the wild zone, and it goes out of play. 13:33 to go in this period. And commercial break. Okay. I will be stepping aside, so I got to do something at 9 o'clock anyway. So let me go step aside right now. Don't go anywhere. Game's going to continue on. Bruins tied up at 2 off the goal by Brad Marchand. Hello, everybody. We are back, Bruins and Wild, and let me tell you something. Heading out of this commercial break is Buck to Flex at play. The Bruins have just gotten away with too many men on the ice. There was 6 men on wearing Bruin uniforms, and the referees did not penalize Boston. Let me tell you something. When I was telling you these referees have been bad for both sides tonight, they most certainly have been. The Carlo penalty was iffy. The Kaprizov penalty was iffy. And now they miss a 6-on-5. And again, usually, of course, I'm going to favor the Bruins in these broadcasts as they're my favorite team. I try not to be biased, but it'll show. But let me tell you something. I'm not afraid to say, hey, the referees, they're giving the Bruins a little bit of leeway here, and that's exactly what they've done as the Bruins clear off a Swayman's pad save, and he'll go down length of the rink for an icing. Jonas Brodin touched that one. There you go. JC Jackson, I guess, will be the next talking subject. Face off taken to the glove side of Swayman. No sack to take the draw, and the Wild win the draw. Zuccarello finds a man, and that shot's blocked by Riley. No sack. Will bring it forward for, looked like that was Marchand, who then dumps it over to McAvoy, who flips into the zone. Kaprizov weaves his way through center, comes up the right wing, shields the puck. McAvoy runs into his tracks. Now Zuccarello steals. Spurgeon's slap shot stopped by Swayman. And Frederick almost went for a ride. Minnesota retrieves it back from their own end. Kaprizov's now been on the ice for the last 45 seconds, and he stays out there, avoiding the icing. Kaprizov's no-look pass is no good. Craig Smith will steal. Backhands it right to Zuccarello, and Kaprizov shift ends at exactly the 1 minute mark. Offsides goes Charlie Coyle. Actually, we have a penalty coming up. No offsides. We got a delayed call, and we're going to get a slash against the Bruins, and Bruce Cassidy's going to argue it's going to be called against Craig Smith. Well, to be fair, the Bruins did just get away with a 6-on-5, so I even if this is a little bit of a ticky-tack, I will not argue it. Oh, and that was certainly a slash, to say the least. Yeah, that was not even one you can argue. Smith to the box, Minnesota to their third power play. Shots on goal even at 11. Swayman and Talbot have allowed a few goals, but they've also played a pretty good game, the both of them. But yeah, Smith called for slashing, so Minnesota to their third power play. Jonas Brodin brings it in, passes it up the center. Dumba down low for Fiala. Around the boards it goes. Fiala's hit by Forbot. There you go. And the Bruins clear. When in doubt, you can have Derek Forbot, huge frame, just target Kevin Fiala the entire time. Ain't that genius coaching here by this Bruins staff? Just have one of your tallest defensemen go up against Minnesota's shortest player. It is a recipe for success. And the Bruins get a poke. Here's Marchand. He's got Holla. And the one-timer stopped by Talbot. Well, Marchand pit pocket the Wild player. Went up the right wing. And a good pass to... Looked like it was Hollow took the... Yeah, it was Hollow took the shot. But just shot it right at Talbot. If he tried to go blocker's side, good shot. That good chance they actually potentially scores that. Wild win the face-off, and they'll bring this one up ahead. Kaprizov waits. Zuccarello. I guess that one poked away. Here comes Hartman. Ryan Hartman bounced that one off the left wing. Zuccarello's there. That door gets shut by McAvoy. Off the glass. That one's going to be batted. And here comes Anton Blith. He's bounced it off the pipe. Oh, I thought he went bar down for a moment. He most certainly did not. And now a Bruin just hammered a Minnesota player. And we do not get a stoppage, as now Minnesota's penalty is going to expire. Wow. What action. Kaprizov leaves it. Zuccarello shot save. Rebound by Yost. Goes wide. And we're back to 5-on-5 as Grzelcyk gets away with a trip. Or does he not? I don't know. We got a whistle. It looked like Grzelcyk tripped the man behind the net. And there was Anton Blith's shot. He went bar down and does not score. Oh, that was close. That was so ridiculously close. I can't believe it. That's anyone not named Anton Blith. That is a goal. Ugh. Oh, and also to Evil the Hope, I don't know if you're still in the stream or not, but I've just got a report that the Vikings are trying to trade Darnell Hunter. So they just keep on, Vikings keep on doing Viking things apparently. Well, I guess while we're in commercial break, we can actually check out more NFL news. So the Chargers signed J.C. Jackson, 5 years, $82.5 million with $40 million guaranteed. Yeah, J.C. Jackson wanted a pay raise, and I have no clue why the Chargers Patriots. I don't know why the Patriots didn't want to pay him what they wanted. They released Kyle Van Noy. It doesn't look like at the moment they're gonna release or they're gonna bring back Dante Hightower. Kind of confusing. The Patriots have had a very quiet offseason. I don't know what the Patriots are doing. They basically did all their transactions last year, getting like Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, and whatnot. They kind of did all their transactions already from last year. But yeah, J.C. Jackson's now in the Chargers. Makes perfect sense to me. Because Chargers need a cornerback, and the AFC West, without a question, I think is the best division in football. Like, now that the Seahawks are bad, yeah. Now that, like, Russell Wilson's on the Broncos and all that good stuff. The AFC West is going to be last year's NFC West. And unfortunately, I do think the Raiders are going to be the odd team out. Broncos and Chargers are going to be wild card teams. Chiefs, unfortunately, win the division. But my God, I am going to be – if the Jaguars are going to stink, fine. I'll have the Chargers to root for as my part-time bandwagon, if you want to call it that. Or maybe the Bengals will be my part-time bandwagon. I don't know. That one's stopped by Swayman. Shot taken was Dmitry Kulikov. Take a look at Kaprizov here. I think they're going to show the breakaway goal. Puck was standing up on the stick. Yeah, they are showing the goal against Swayman. Yeah, what a fantastic shot that was. All right. Wild win the draw. Brodin backhand it forward off the boards. Alexian Eck doesn't get it. McAvoy does. Sends it around. Pasternak will bounce off of his stick and out of play. I just had an idea. I don't know. I had an idea, but I don't think he'll say yes. But maybe he's worth a shot. Well, bless me. Here's a shot. Glove save Swayman. 8:09 to go, second period. Yeah, I'll have to. All right. I have an idea. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Off the Wall Hockey. We've had him on the Power Skate Show a few times. And I'm thinking, he's also a Bruins fan, so I'm thinking the next time the Bruins are on a nationally televised game, we can maybe do it together. I'm thinking of ideas. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll go on his channel. Maybe we could do it on both our channels. I don't know what the deal is going to be with that, but I got an idea. I'll shoot him over a text. I'll send him a Bruins game in probably the next couple of weeks or whatever, and maybe we can work things. Oh, what's the next time the Bruins play? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. If it's Friday, which is Friday, 8 o'clock against the Jets, maybe I'll do Bruins and Jets on Friday. So he plays Monday against the Canadians. Well, I might be busy that Monday. I've got an idea. All right. 7:43, I'll shoot him over text second intermission. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Look at this. Marketing while commentating. This is some intense stuff we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to shoot over an Instagram DM to go wonder if a fellow Bruin fan will come on the show and commentate a game with me. No sack down low. Shields the puck. Brings it on in. Zuccarello steals, and he'll clear it. Off the boards, Carlo touches for the icing. 7:08 to go in the second period. This period's kind of going by kind of slow. It started off quick, but now I feel it's really going by slow. Brad Marchand winking to the camera. Just showing Marchand and Pasternak walking out. Hang into the visitors' locker room here. That was pretty funny. Hall wins the draw. Riley shot. That one deflected out of play. 7:02 to go. I mean, that's why we're having a lot of these weird stoppages. Eriksson Ek take the draw against Eric Halla. And Halla wins the draw after they were fighting for it for about 3 seconds. Marcus Foligno sends it the other way, though. Up comes Minnesota. Riley bats it around. Marcus Foligno's there. Eric Halla will send this one up ahead. Taylor Hall weaves his way through Dumba. Hall skates back. Riley, D-to-D, shot, save. Talbot. McAvoy took the slap shot, and the former Ranger, Oiler, and Flame goaltender makes the save. Take a look again here on the replay. Taylor Hall, good pass. Good shot on goal. Pretty good saves, though, by these goaltenders. Cam Talbot, especially. Both teams, though, with 11 saves. Taylor Hall. This season, 44 points in 60 games. Had 2 assists last night against Chicago. 741st career game as that one missed. So there's a very good chance Taylor Hall will be playing his 1,000th career game in a Bruin uniform. Of course, we're thinking a couple of seasons down the road, but Hall did sign the 3-year extension, so hopefully he can stay. As that one will bounce off the boards. And what a hit there from Coyle on Tyson Jost. Up ahead. Here comes Frederick off the boards. Minnesota. Skate back from their own end. Frederick all over him. Oh, Trent Frederick almost pit-pocketed him. But Fiala's there to grab the loose puck. Pass up ahead. That one's tipped. Bruins get it back. Curtis Lazar with speed. Lazar's wrist shot blocker saved Talbot. And a man crashing to the net but didn't wait for the pass. Blith off a skate. Back to himself. Flips it into the Minnesota zone. Blith delivers the hit on Spurgeon. Foligno shoves a man in the corner. And puck will be kept in by the Bruins. Carlo shoots it in, and Talbot will slow it down for Spurgeon. Bruins get it back, pass it to no man's land. Up ahead goes Minnesota. Offsides waved off. Bruins 0 days rest. They had their 8th back-to-back game this season. They're 4-3 in those games, trying to make it 5-3 tonight, or at least 4-3-1. You'd love to get a point, at least 1 point, based off of the effort they've shown in the first 2 periods. Riley down low. McAvoy shot, trying to trickle in Blocker's side, and the referee signals no. Now Matt Dumba grabs Tomas Nosnak, and now McAvoy and Zuccarello almost get involved in front of the net. We get to see Brad Marchand wink again. Why don't we? Final commercial break of the period. We just check every commercial break if there's something new going on in the sports world. No new football news. No new hockey news. It doesn't look like there's any new baseball news. We got here. Blue Jackets up 3-1 over the Senators. Okay, there you go. We're going to take a look at some NBA scores right now. The 76ers up 110-106 over the Cavaliers, fourth quarter. The Nuggets over the Wizards 120-102 fourth quarter. Hornets going to beat the Hawks 113-104. Nets up 84-72 over the Mavericks. The Knicks are up 92-74 over the Trailblazers. Timberwolves up 67-44 over the Lakers. The Suns are up 59-58 over the Rockets. Spurs and Thunder 43-37 San Antonio, and the Jazz and the Bulls starting 10-7 Utah. 11-6 now Utah. I just want to state the fact that the Suns and Rockets game was an 8:30 tip-off. It is 9:18 Eastern time right now, and they're currently in halftime. I mean, you want to talk about how quickly NBA games can go. Full proof of that right there. Bruins, Pasternak had possession. And that shot saved made by Talbot. Minnesota will bring it up ahead. Marcus Foligno's there. He's ready to get crunched by Riley. He does. Hall gets pinned by Greenway. Riley will take it out for the Bruins. Mike Riley weaves his way through. Finds Hall. Wrist shot. Glove save Talbot. 17th shot on goal for the Bruins. Face-off taken. Blocker side Talbot. Bukestad against Nosak for the draw. DeBrusque will deliver the hit on Spurgeon after Minnesota wins the draw. Bruins try to keep it on sides. Bukestad gets the puck stolen by Carlo. Bukestad backhands it into the zone. Swayman dishes it aside for Grizzly. He bounces that one off the boards. Marchand couldn't get to it. Here comes Bukestad. Swayman plays it aside. Good check. Grizzlick. Carlo. Up to Nosek. Backhands it. Stolen by Kaprizov. What a hit there. And then Kaprizov gets hit by Marchand. Here's Grizzlick. Shoots it around. Spurgeon. Spanks that one into the Bruins zone. Here's Bukestad looking for Zuccarello on the back pass. Kaprizov hits the side of the net. Might as well have been a bacon slap shot angle. That one had almost no chance once it left the stick of Kaprizov. Minnesota sends up the other way. 2-on-2 the pass. Couldn't find Zuccarello on the right-hand side. Riley will find Lazar, and Bruins couldn't clear it. Behind the net, centering pass. That one's blocked by the Bruins. Here comes Nick Foligno, chugging up ahead. Backhands that one down low for Lazar. He gets hit. Anton Blith. Blith waits. Spin move. Zuccarello kisses the boards, and Blith's shot goes up and over to the blocker's side. Minnesota. Backhander off the boards. Here's Fiala. And all over him's Forbot. Craig Smith now has it. Off the boards to Coyle. Charlie Coyle to Frederick. Back to Coyle. Coyle to Frederick. Back out to the blue line. Pass down low. Coyle gets tripped up. Here's Frederick now. Frederick steps on the brakes. Finds Coyle, and Dumba's going to take him down, and the net collapses on top of Talbot. Oh, how was that not delay game? I have no idea. Up the other way, shots blocked, rebound, skitters wide to the blocker's side as we've reached the final minute of the second period. Forbot, Boldy, played around by Clifton, and Hollis sends it the distance. Spurgeon finds Greenway. That shot missed the blocker's side. Forbot, big hit behind the net. Bruins bounce that one off the glass. Here's Spurgeon. Shoots that one in. Behind the cage. Polino shoots that one off the glass. Carlo slows it down and shoots it out of play. Here's a shot save made by Swayman. 1 second. Are you kidding? .1 seconds left. And, well, there we go. Yet another face-off taken here, which will then lead us to the second intermission. We had a little scrum at the end of that save by Swayman. Look at Nosek going right after Dumba. Marchand. Whoa, tried to deliver the hit. On Jordan Greenway, which had led to a punching spree. The Bruins win the face-off and end the period. 2-2. Both teams. Frederick mouthing off to Zuccarello. Oh, boy. both these teams, despite in different conferences, are just absolutely hammering each other. Talbot with 15 saves, Swayman with 13, and we will head to our second intermission. Nets are really taking it to the Mavericks here, 91-87. Oh, we got the outdoor game tonight. I forgot about that. The Milwaukee Admirals and the Chicago Wolves. I forgot about that. The AHL outdoor game is, oh my god, it's 4-0 Timberwolves. I would say I would have loved to commentate it, but I don't know. I might be happy I'm not now. Score is 4-0. All right, I'll keep that game in mind. All right, second intermission. Let's go review some sports so I can take a break and can head on to the third. Okay. The Reds trade third baseman Eugenio Suarez and outfielder Jesse Winneker to the Mariners for outfielder Jake Fraley and pitchers Justin Dunn and Brandon Williamson. The Dolphins signed quarterback Teddy Bridgewater to a one-year deal to back up Tua Tagovailoa. Although Bridgewater could very well be the starting QB there come sometime soon. Buccaneers re-signed Carlton Davis to a 3-year, $45 million deal. The Jaguars signed tight end Evan Ingram to a one-year, $9 million deal. Could be up to $10 million with incentives. Again, I'll get to that opinion later on. Ducks traded Josh Manson to the Avalanche prospect defenseman Drew Helson and a 2023 second-round pick. That's a pretty even trade right there. The Avalanche got great young defensemen. The Ducks gained a young defenseman and a pretty good prospect. So, yeah. So, glad to see Marshy come out of the closet. Took him a whole career to be, yeah. Here if I showed it, yeah. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Brad Marchand's an interesting one. And, of course, we've seen from this past season, he apparently does not like Tristan Jarry, to say the least. No, I mean, he's had his he had his licking incidents, which is pretty weird, but I don't know what to tell you. Cowboys re-signed defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, 3-year, $40 million, $30 million guaranteed on that one. That's a pretty good re-sign for Dallas, I would say. The Bruins signed outfielder Andrew McCutchen. Moving on. Anthony Towns dropped 60. The Chiefs signed free safety Justin Reed, 3 years, $31.5. That's a pretty good deal. We know Tyrann Mathieu wasn't coming back. We kind of don't know where Tyrann Mathieu's going to go. We thought the Ravens, but they just signed Marcus Williams. We'll get to that in a while, but I don't know. Justin Reed going to the Chiefs makes sense. I don't know where they're going now, though. The 49ers signed Shavarius Ward, 3 years, 42 mil. This is the guy I wanted the Jaguars to get. They did end up getting Darius Williams today, so I guess I won't really complain. But this was the guy I really wanted. Here was the Tyson Yoss trade from yesterday for Nico Sturm. That's a pretty even trade right there. Yeah, here it is. Free safety Marcus Williams signing with the Ravens. 5 years, $70 million, which is pretty nuts about that one. I mean, Ravens need a free safety. They got their free safety. Marcus Williams has been very solid since his rookie season, and really, you erase the Minneapolis Miracle, where he didn't tackle Stephon Diggs on the last play of the divisional round in 2017. He's had a phenomenal career so far, and really tough to complain about what he's done. Again, other than that pretty awful moment. Jaguars released Miles Jack. I'll touch on that when we get to where he signed today. Lions signed DJ Chark, 1 year, 12 mil. Listen, I love DJ Chark. Thank you. Doing what you need to do in Duval. But here's what I gotta say about this. Does he never want to win a championship? I'm confused by this a lot. You've played on the Jaguars for 4 years, and now you're playing your 5th year on the Detroit Lions. Like, man, come on. Do you want to win a championship, or do you just want to make money and like be a forgotten player? I feel like that's what Chark's going down. He's going down the ladder route. Unless he does like this kind of 1 year prove it deal to the league with Detroit, and then he ends up signing with a contender next year. I'm assuming that's what he's going to end up doing. I thought Chark was going to go to the Eagles. I was pretty surprised to see he went to Detroit of all teams. He might as well have just re-signed with Jacksonville at that point. The Rams released 4-time All-Pro punter Johnny Hekker. I think that's bizarre. I mean, you want to talk about a special team player who I am absolutely stunned hasn't been signed by now. Johnny Hekker is one of them. If Hecker's still in free agency by next week, he might even be contemplating retirement at this point, which is maybe why the Rams released him. No clue why they did this other than maybe saving money, but you're telling me Hekker really wouldn't take a pay cut? He seems like the guy who would. So after the Braves acquired Matt Olson, they signed him to an 8-year, $168 million deal. So yeah, Atlanta Braves doing stuff. Incredible. Patriots traded right guard Shaq Mason to the Buccaneers for 2022 fifth. That seems like an underpayment, but they get more protection for Brady, which isn't bad, and they're probably going to go guard in the draft. Maybe they're going to go full on Michael Omanau. I don't really know what the the Patriots game plan is. They're trading away currently their second best offensive lineman for nothing, but Andrew Whitworth retired, 40 years old. This definitely we all saw coming. Future Hall of Famer, don't care. Yeah, he only made 4 Pro Bowls. Guess what? 2 All-Pros. That's enough for me. Andrew Whitworth's going to the Hall of Fame. Giants signed Tyrod Taylor, 2 years, 17 mil, 18.5 mil guaranteed. He's better than Daniel Jones. I would honestly start Tyrod Taylor week 1 over Daniel Jones. I am the biggest Daniel Jones critic you'll ever come across. I think he is by far the worst starting quarterback in the NFL right now. Yeah, it was Mason Rudolph, but they do have Mitchell Trubisky now. And I don't know how, I don't know why, but yes, in my brutally honest opinion, Mitchell Trubisky is just a slimmer better than Daniel Jones, especially now that Trubisky's on the Steelers. I mean, he'll probably play better than when he was on Chicago, let's be honest. Yeah, it's another free agent that's been signed. Juju Smith-Schuster. We'll have to see where he goes. But for Tyrod Taylor, yeah, he's probably going to be the week 1 starter, as honest as I'm being. He's a pretty reliable quarterback. He's the better version of Teddy Bridgewater, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He's a good place gap quarterback who's gonna get you around 6 to 7 wins a year. It's confusing because he's injury prone too. This guy is literally just the older version of Teddy Bridgewater, the Jacoby Brissetts, those type of quarterbacks. If that makes sense. I don't know about that. I don't know if necessarily Taylor's going to do good on the Giants, but I mean, anything's better than Daniel Jones at this point. Alex Ovechkin passed Jaromir Jagr for third most goals of the time, 767. The Capitals beat the Islanders in a shootout last night. The Yankees re-signed first baseman Anthony Rizzo 2 years, $32 million. All right, now we get to the news I posted today, 15 hours ago, and we still have a lot of posts to go through. Saints signed free safety Marcus May, 3 years, $28.5 million, $15 million guaranteed. Again, you lose Marcus May, you lose Marcus Williams, you gain Marcus May, a younger player who you got for about $40 million cheaper. Now, Williams is better than May, but if we on a free safety, I guess, tier list here, Marcus Williams is third or fourth, where Marcus May is like seventh or eighth. And we're talking about best free safeties in the NFL right now. He is coming off a torn ACL, so that is certainly something to be aware of. But I think this is an absolute home run. They absolutely nailed the money deal on this, in my opinion. Marcus May is incredibly underrated. He was having another fantastic season before getting injured. Listen, you get a cheaper version of Marcus May, and you don't break the bank at all. That was smart. Philly signed outfielder Kyle Schwarber to a 4-year, $79 million deal. I kind of wish he returned to the Red Sox. He did not. Turned down a Red Sox and Yankees offer, I'm pretty sure, to go to the Phillies. Cubs signed Japan star outfielder Seiya Suzuki, 5 years, $70 million. So Cubs improving their outfield. And the Athletics trade third baseman Matt Chapman to the Blue Jays for infielder Kevin Smith and pitchers Gunnar Hoglund, Zach Logue, and Kirby Snead. Jaguars signed Darius Williams, like I mentioned a million times already. 3 years worth up to $39 million. He's making $30 million. That's the base deal. The Raiders trade defensive end Yannick Ngakoue to the Colts for cornerback Rocky Sin. That's interesting. I would have never assumed that Yannick Ngakoue's trade value's gone down to Rocky Sin level bad. Not that Rocky Sin is necessarily horrible. He's an unproven corner who has a lot of potential. Ooh, the Colts drafted him. It was out of the 2019 class. I want to say second round, 47th overall, something like that. I don't know. Rocky Sin hasn't been terrible, but Yannick Ngakoue was pretty good considering he sucked in 2020 being on both the Vikings and Ravens. He was very good on the Raiders last year. I think he got 7 sacks, which isn't necessarily awful. I see right there, unsurprisingly, sacking Joe Burrow. That's neither here nor there. Trade value's gone down a lot for Yannick Ngakoue. And then there's my friend Rourke. He's been in a few videos before. He's hyping up the Colts as per usual. But shout out to Rourke. It's been a while since we've had him on the show. I'd definitely have him back if I was to do like a whole free agency recap thing. But it's neither there. He gets traded for Rocky Sin. I think that is a steal for the Colts. The Raiders needed a corner. They got their young corner, so it's a good trade for both sides. This is also why the Raiders don't really need Ngakoue anymore, because literally minutes after the Ngakoue trade, they signed potentially the best pass rusher on the market, Chandler Jones, to a 4-year, $68 million deal. I'm not exactly sure what the guaranteed money is for this. It would probably be somewhere around $30 million. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Chandler Jones, he had 12.5 sacks last year or something like that. He is going to be incredible. The Raiders linebacking core is the weak spot on their defense. This signing makes a lot of sense. Moving on to more NHL news, the Panthers trade right winger Frank Vetrano to the New York Rangers for a 2022 fourth. Rangers get a good depth piece. Panthers got a draft pick and save some money. The Titans released Julio Jones. I already kind of talked about that. I think that is absolutely nuts that they released Julio Jones. I do not agree with that one bit. Zach Greinke returning to the Royals, 1 year, $13 million. I kind of heard this is going to be like a retirement thing for Greinke. So this could be his last year. Royals definitely not win the World Series. Could they clinch a playoff spot? Most likely not, but hopefully Zach Greinke goes out with a bang. All right, the Ravens sign outside linebacker Zadarius Smith, 4 years, $35 million with a max value of $50 million. Returning to the Ravens. Baltimore did draft him out of the 2016 class, or 2015 class. 2015 or 2016 class. Pretty sure 2015, actually. But there you go. Zadarius Smith returning to the Ravens. Tomas Hertl staying with the Sharks 8 more years at $65.1 million. Woo boy. Tomas Hertl got a payday. Rockies signed start third baseman Chris Bryant with 7 year, $182 million deal. That was nuts. Good for the Rockies. Miles Jack signs with the Steelers. I don't know why that I have an apostrophe there. I'm gonna get rid of that real quickly. Steelers. There we go. But yeah, Miles Jack, 2 years, $16 million. Considering a lot of these linebackers, what they're getting paid, I think that is a severe underpayment for Miles Jack. Very underrated. Bills signed outside linebacker Von Miller, 6 years, $120. I'm going to be real with you. If you give Von Miller 4 years, $80 million, this contract is absolutely perfect. But if you're going to give Von Miller more than a 4-year extension, I think is incredibly risky. And yes, he did just win the Super Bowl. I get that. But beforehand, before he joined the Rams, he really wasn't having that good of a season. Von Miller standards anyway. This seems like a desperation heat for Buffalo. I mean, hey, you work for the Rams. You go all out. You spend all that money. You win a championship. And, you know, the Rams, they can't complain about the future. Von Miller's now gone. Johnny Hecker's now gone. Jalen Ramsey's locked up in his contract for, I think, 4 more years. Aaron Donald, I know, is contemplating retirement. You still have Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods for 2 years. And then I think you have Stafford for 3. Like, yeah, you're going to be contending for the next 2 to 3 seasons, but once all these contracts expire, you're probably going to go through a decade of being absolutely horrible. But, you know, that's the chance you take when you want to win a championship so bad, and that's what I guess ultimately the Bills have chosen to do. They want to go down the ramp path. They want to build a super team and try to win that Super Bowl. Take a look at all those hockey cards there. There's Tom Reed, Minnesota radio analyst. As this third period is about to get underway, we'll resume with the Mark Janowski trade in a bit. Puck played around the boards. Good check. Foligno pinned to the boards. Centering pass for Greenway didn't connect. And again, I probably will be taking a break after the first commercial break because again, I was basically just talking throughout the whole intermission. Merrill shot missed the left side. Craig Smith tried to backhand out of the zone. He could not. Real Kaprizov looking for the hat trick. Tries to find the centering pass. Didn't connect. Joel Eriksson Ek off the boards. Passes it back. Shot missed to the blocker side. Centering pass out to the blue line. Pass down low. Coyle bounced off the glass. Merrill lost possession to Frederick. Oh my goodness. Frederick almost own goaled that thing. Bounced it off the side of his net. Connor Clifton had it, lost it. Minnesota comes away with Zuccarello's wrist shot in and out of the glove. A Swayman rebound blocker goes wide, and then Brodin's shot stopped. Let's take a look here again on the replay. Kaprizov, nice little move. Good check in the corner by Coyle. Kaprizov still new to this league. This is his second year, which I spent all the time in the KHL. He got called up in Minnesota last year, 26 years old, believe it or not. Will go on to win the Calder, and last year's already produced some fantastic rookies with him and Jason Robertson well on their way to becoming future All-Star players. Kaprizov even made the All-Star game this year. And still don't know how Jason Robertson didn't make it this year, but that's neither here nor there. Marchand will pass up ahead to Nosek, who then finds DeBrusk. Kaprizov's shift has now been going for 1:12, and now he goes for the line change as Riley sends it around. As for Zuccarello, doesn't connect. McAvoy. That one's blocked. Bruins will send it up the left wing side. Marchand dishes it over to Riley. Riley, the drop pass to DeBrusk to Marchand's wrist shot. That one's blocked by Dumba out in front. Kevin Fiala goes up. Pass. Gaudreau. Turnaround shot. Save. Fiala. Trip by Swayman. And a kick saved by Swayman. While it's fair game, you don't enter the goalie's crease. Puck blasted into the Bruins zone. Hall's backhand was blocked by Gaudreau. Hall goes the other way and finds Pasternak. Back over to Hall. That one shot around the boards by Talbot. Pasternak lost possession. Lick. Pass back. Forbot. Off the boards looking for Pasternak. That's out of his reach. Centering pass for Tuck is no good. Puck bounced off the boards again. On patrol is Blith. Circling the net is Merrill. He goes D to D. Get the a stoppage in the last couple of minutes as this third period is just getting underway. Swayman plays it around in front of Bukestad, the former Panther. Lazar to Blith, to Lazar, to Blith. Anton Blith finds a Foligno, and his backhand shot smothered by Talbot. Now the shots on goal are even at 18 apiece. Wow. Foligno somehow getting the puck on the net. I don't know how he did it, but credit him. It looked like something was up with Kaprizov's skate as he went on the Minnesota bench there. Draw is won by the Wild to the glove side of Talbot, and Dumba leaves it over for a defenseman. Dumba goes from blade to stick, passes it over to Greenway's wrist shot. Glove saves Swayman. Here's up taken to the left side of Swayman here. Draw is going to be taken by Coyle. Shot blocked. Brodin down low for Foligno. Avoids the hit from Riley. Centering pass. Missed the glove side. Oh, Brodeen finds a man down low. Smith clears. Frederick boosted out of a rocket, and he couldn't seal it from Brodeen. Puck bounces off the official, and Craig Smith couldn't get it. Wild come up the other way. Joel Eriksson Ek right into the glove. A Swayman and a McAvoy try to take out Eriksson Ek. And some more pushing and shoving, and now Coyle's got Eriksson Ek in a headlock. Lovely. And now McAvoy. Oh boy. Might want to get McAvoy a penalty there. Eriksson Ek had to deal with Coyle. He turns around to the McAvoy, gives him a push. Let's take a look here again on the replay. Eriksson Ek, good save. Eriksson Ek moves after the whistle, but it didn't look like he was charging at Swayman or anything, so I wouldn't really say that was worth anything. McAvoy's not going to the box, neither is Coyle or Eriksson Ek, so they'll just clear the boys up, and we'll get to retake a face-off. 15:33 to go first period. It will be on for the entirety of this one. Got lucky. It was a 7:30 start and not an 8 o'clock start, because if it was an 8 o'clock start, I would have had to probably wrap it up at the second intermission. Sack has won more draws than Zuccarello tonight, and Carlo bounced off the glass as Nosak wins another one. He had a 65% chance of winning that one against Zuccarello, in which he did. Marchand over to Carlo. DeBrusque flips it in. Oh, and Nosak gets hit behind the net. Marchand's turnaround shot taken away. Kaprizov, gotta watch out for him. And his pass is deflected. And DeBrusque almost had it, but Spurgeon will pass it back, and up come the Wild again. He dodges a pass. He wraps it around. Zuccarello off the glass, slap shot save. 92-mile-an-hour slap shot. Gaudreau and Foligno to take the face-off. Draw is won by the Bruins. Minnesota quickly gets it back. Oldie down low, centering pass. Bounced off the blue line, and Minnesota go back for it. Merrill's backhander. Stolen, Bodie. Apologies for the yawn. We'll flip it forward. Lazar, shot, missed. Good check there from Bodie. Lazar leaves it for Talbot. Pasternak circles. Tries to find Foligno down low. Pasternak to McAvoy. Kick, save Talbot. Rebound did not go straight to Hala. And Minnesota tries to clear. Merrill couldn't clear it. McAvoy centering pass for Foligno. Stopped by Talbot. And clear. Chris Godwin, 3 years, $60 million. Oh, commercial break. Oh, I kind of don't even want to make that. I'm like so tired of making posts, dude. Why do I punish myself and do daily sports news for all the 4 leagues? Let's just choose like one league and stick with it. Kraken trade right winger Kyle Yankrok to the Flames. Jock Pearson signs 1 year, $6 million. Yo, the MLBologist stopped by. That's cool. Okay, that's a cool account. Ben Sherratt traded to the Panthers. Raheem Mostert to the Dolphins. I've already recapped all that during the second intermission. Bro, that's sick. I'm going to go like his comment. There you go, Chris Godwin. The day of never-ending posts continues. Nah, this is literally going to be my last one for tonight, bro. I'm exhausted of making posts. All right. Get out of commercial break. Oh, yeah, that Godwin news just happened a few minutes ago. Face-off is won and by the Wild, but we're going to have to retake the draw, so never mind. And yeah, I'll get that Godwin post up next commercial break, most likely. As the draw is won by the Bruins, turnaround shot blocker save, rebounds also stopped. Wild will send it up ahead. Flipped it in. Hall sends it around for Holla, and he will bump it forward as Brodin goes back for it. Good check there from Pasternak. Shot from the blue line, glove save Talbot. All right. 13:03 to go, third period. Bruins and Wild still tied at 2. Kind of surprised by that, actually. I said it'd be 5-3 Wild. I want to say that my final score prediction again, but no. I'm kind of changing my mind. It's been even the whole way through. Shots on goal are 21 apiece. Seems like the Bruins have been winning more faceoffs, but that doesn't really mean much. Clifton's shot stopped by Talbot. 12:57 to go now. Wild won the draw, and they shoot around the boards. Forbot, back from his own end. Pass it up the left wing side. DeBrusk, and on goal. Try to take a whack at it. He missed it. Marcus Foligno dances around. Nosek takes a shot on goal and missed to the glove side. That was closer than I originally expected. Foligno backhander out front. Greenway stopped by Swayman. Rebound. Puck's loose. Puck is still loose, and Foligno comes away with it. What a save. Multiple saves by Swayman. Spurgeon shot, kick save, rebound, score! Well, that was going to happen. Jordan Greenway, 3-2 Minnesota. I mean, Swayman was way out of position. Bruins just needed to clear the puck, and they couldn't do it. And Jordan Greenway, at least for the moment, has given Minnesota a 3-2 lead. You could probably argue goalie interference here. I think you can most certainly argue. Let's see. Swayman, right. Hicks save. He gets taken down. Alex Goligoski, good D-to-D pass. Trying to see this goalie interference here. Right there. Yep. Eriksson Ek makes contact. That shouldn't count. Uh-oh. Eriksson Ek nudges Swayman with the shoulder. I don't think it's intentional. But he does make contact. But they're going to count it. Shot on goal by Smith and a save by Talbot. My confidence in the Bruins right now is just shot to absolute zero. Referees have not been good for either side tonight, and the potential game-winning goal is going to come down to one that's pretty controversial. Gosh darn it. That shot on goal save was made, so Greenway was going to get the go-ahead goal for now anyway. This game is not over. There's still 11:43 left, but Minnesota's got all the momentum on their side now. Now we have Lazard going up for the face-off. Lazard finally kicked out of the draw for Nick Foligno. And Minnesota wins the draw, and Zuccarello shoots it in from behind the cage. And that shot stopped by Swayman. So 11.5 to go in this third period. Hoyle now to take the draw. And Minnesota's going to win the face-off. Here's a shot, save Swayman. Rebound goes right to Frederick. Trent Frederick, I mean, time for him to potentially get into another fight. The Bruins, they got to get sparked up here. They are now getting outshot by 6. Just goes to show you how much rebounds can take a toll on the shot department. Usually the Bruins are the ones out shooting their opponent. That was definitely the case in the first 2 periods against Chicago last night. And Smith will find Frederick, and he stumbles over himself. Here's a slap shot, saved with the blocker by Swayman. Frederick punches it forward to Coyle. The final 10 and roughly a half to go. The Bruins are 10-1-1 in the last 12. The overtime loss coming to the Kings last Monday night, and the regulation loss coming to the Ducks during their Western Conference road trip. You hate to see them drop another one, although it would be to a Western Conference opponent, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to the standings, as that shot stopped by Swayman. Brandon Carlo come up ahead off the boards. I mean, point streak's going to come to an end, and I get that. Holla leaves it for Hall. Hall walks in, saved by Talbot. Looked like he lost sight of it for a second. Batted in, Pasternak. Waits, Fiala all over him. Here's Hall. He just ducks for it as Gaudreau is ready to hammer him. And Minnesota playing dump and chase, trying to chip off time off this clock, and I certainly don't blame him for trying to do so. Holla flips this one in. Talbot slows it down for John Merrill. D to D. Up ahead to Greenway. Swayman will smother that one in front of Greenway. It was backhand on goal. 9.5 to go. It is Jeremy Swayman who has done his part, but could not see the rebound, which led to a goal by Jordan Greenway. It is 3-2 Minnesota. They lead in an action-packed game here on Wednesday Night Hockey. And if you're watching this game live on TNT, afterwards will be Lightning and Kraken. I mean, of course, the Bruins, if they lose this game, that means the Bruins are 9-1. So in their last 13 games, the Bruins are 9-1 when I don't commentate them. They would be 0-1 when I do, if they do not come back and win this game. Oh, it's almost like I shouldn't be. Yeah, but yeah. It is what it is. Florida Panthers want Claude Giroux. That's interesting. All right. And that commercial break. Records in one-goal games. The Bruins are 18-3-5. The Wild are 17-5-4. These two teams are evenly matched again. This is the top wildcard team in the East against the top wildcard team in the West. I'm not saying Stanley Cup Finals, but honestly, if you wanted to get bold and you wanted to predict the teams who are going to upset after upset after upset, it could potentially be these two. I think a Bruins-Wild Stanley Cup Final would be incredible for hockey. I don't think it'll happen, but the ratings for it would be incredible, and the fan support for it would be incredible, especially if Minnesota won, which would not make me thrilled by any means, but it would be good for hockey. That is for one thing. John Merrill, Jordan Greenway, Joel Eriksson Ek. Makes a move on Grzelcyk. The toe drag, giving up. DeBrusk had it, lost it. Back to the blue line for O'Dean. And that shot by Jost is blocked. And Marchand's wrist shot saved Talbot. And quickly cleared to the corner by Minnesota. Puck up the other way. Yost lost possession. Coyle to Carlo, or actually rather to Clifton, and then they go D to D, and up ahead they go. Clifton lost possession. Yost brings it up ahead for Bukestad. That backhander goes up and over the shoulder. Frederick lost possession. Back over to the blue line. Brodin pass and Kaprizov will miss it. Craig Smith lost possession. Bruins now get at center. Wow, shoot it back into the Bruins end. Yost goes for a line change. Must be weird for Colorado and Minnesota to agree on a trade that's in division. Puck will bounce off the glass. Stays in play. Hall sends it in, taken away by Zuccarello. He gets tripped up by McAvoy, and there's no call, and McAvoy signals straight to the official, hey, where's the trip? Don't worry, Charlie, you ain't going to get one. You ain't got to worry about that one, my friend. That's what I do love about hockey. When a trade happens, you're going to be on the roster so quickly. Like, he also was literally traded to the Avalanche yesterday afternoon, and he is making his wild debut tonight. I mean, that goes to show you, like, how in the NFL, like, you need a couple of weeks before you can even think about, like, becoming on the active roster, let alone playing a game. But in the NHL and the NBA and the MLB, basically every other sport but the NFL, if you're acquired, you are going to be playing almost immediately. I mean, I guess James Harden waited before he made his debut with the 76ers, but that's not always the case. As that shot bounced off the boards, Riley dumps it over to McAvoy, sends it around the boards. Up ahead goes Boston. They backhand this one. The glove of Talbot. Puck bounces D to D. Minnesota brings up ahead. Eriksson Ek is stolen. Talbot sends it around the boards. Curtis Lazar had it, and he lost it. Carlo to Lazar. Curtis Lazar goes on in. Foligno works against Greenway. Turnaround shots no good. It deflects wide, and Minnesota's clearing. Grzelcyk, spin move. Good pass. Blith shoots this one in. Dumba, his backhander, will not be cleared. Connor Clifton's shot's blocked. And Minnesota is going to clear it again down to the final 6 minutes of regulation. Clifton looking for Forbot. Down low, Eriksson X steals. He's got Kaprizov wide open in the slot and doesn't get to him. Kaprizov now. Turnaround shot deflected wide of the glove side by Eriksson Ek. Marchand passes it back. Clifton to Marchand. Shoots it on goal. Misses it to the blocker side. Kaprizov with speed. He's got to go up 3-on-3. Shoots it into the Bruins end. Zuccarello can't get it. McAvoy swings it around. Brodin gets the shot, and that one's stopped by Swayman. Brodin keeps that one in play. McAvoy tried to clear it. It's tipped. Zuccarello to Kaprizov right into the glove of Swayman. And Kaprizov and McAvoy may want to go. Wild will lose their best forward. Bruin will lose their best defenseman. If they are to fight here, they got each other in headlocks, but I don't think any fight will ensue, and it will not. But both players lost their helmets, and they're both probably going to go for roughing. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case anyway, but if you're the Bruins, you got to build some momentum here. Kaprizov gets laid out by McAvoy. And McAvoy shoved him when he was on the ground, although McAvoy being the instigator on that one. Final 5:05 to go. Yeah, 3 years, 60 mil for Chris Godwin. Ain't that interesting? And also the Blue Jackets won. What does that mean in the NHL wildcard race? Well, nothing, because Blue Jackets is still like 10 points behind Washington for second place. Washington's been on a roll recently. I'd hate to see the Bruins fall down to 2. Oh, actually, no, I would rather see the Bruins fall down to 2 because they have a much better chance against the Panthers than they do against the Lightning in the playoffs. All right. Rizov's got his 10th career multi-goal game, by the way. Coyle to take the draw against Joss. Final 5:05. The XL Energy Center. Draw is won by Minnesota. And they're back to dumping and chasing. Actually, icing's called with 5 to go. Face-off taken back outside the Bruins' end. Hard-fought performance by Boston, and whether they win or lose, you want to obviously be an overtime or shootout loss. How tough they've played. Last week against Chicago, it was David Pastrnak who won the game with 14 seconds left, and they're going to need another late-second miracle here, it looks. And they're going to send this one to overtime against a hard-fought Wild team. Here's Craig Smith. Dumps it over. Taking a hit is Coyle. John Merrill off the boards. Coyle lost possession. That one we played off the boards. Bruins get it back. Down low. Coyle. Charlie Coyle. From blade to stick. He's getting absolutely pushed in the boards. He can't make a move with his stick. Utterly ridiculous by the officials. And Coyle takes out Merrill. Good. And now they're going to fight. That was ridiculous by the officials. Charlie Coyle couldn't even move his stick. And that would happen for about 8 seconds of gameplay. And Coyle took a shot at Merrill, and they should both go. Ridiculous that these referees are not calling anything. I'm even shocked how they allowed the Jordan Greenway goal for goalie interference, for crying out loud. Look at this. Who held Coyle's stick? It was Dmitry Kulikov. They're going to get matching penalties, which will calm my nerves a little bit. But give me a break. And now Minnesota's going to be on the power play. What? Oh, no, 4-on-4. The Minnesota coach is upset. Well, maybe you shouldn't have held Charlie Coyle's stick for 8 seconds. Give him the 4-on-4 because Coyle obviously deserves a penalty for or rather Smith for charging. And Kunto's in the box for Minnesota. I think it might have been Goligoski, but oh my God. Flipped into the zone by Minnesota, and icing is called on McAvoy. Bruce Cassidy mumbling to himself. He's saying, how in the world are we going to get back into this game? Wild win the draw. Erickson Ek brings it through center. That shot's blocked by McAvoy. Rebound goes right to Dumba. He steps on the brakes, skates back with it to Brodeen. Minnesota, they don't even need to necessarily score here. They got to just clear this puck. Bruins bring it up the other way. McAvoy dances. Shot. Pastrnak missed. Hall. Back to the blue line. Riley. To Pastrnak. To Hall. Hall. Going to shoot that in traffic if he does. He tries to find Riley. It's stolen by Dumba. I mean, why wouldn't you pass it back to the point where Pasternak's wide open? Wouldn't that be a logical solution? Minnesota will bring it up ahead. Gaudreau to Fiala. Shot blocked. Grzelcyk hits Fiala. Coyle now in a puck jam. Tries to get away from Gaudreau, and he does. Marchand off the boards. Coyle back down low to his defenseman. To the final three. Bruins shoot into Minnesota's end, and icing is called. 26 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And yeah, I think Swayman's getting pulled soon. Oils to take the draw. Here's Ryan Hartman, and looked like Hartman was going to win the draw, but they blow it dead. Coyle loses the draw. Jared Spurgeon goes on in. A backhander is gobbled up by Swayman. And now Spurgeon and Coyle getting a little argument. Oops. .243 left in the third. Minnesota leading the faceoff department 33-31, and that shot is stopped by Swayman. 4-on-4 coming to a close now. Coyle dumps it over to Pastrnak. That's what you got to have out here. Pastrnak goes up 1 against 4. Backhands it down low to Coyle. Charlie Coyle loses possession. Back to 5-on-5. Zuccarello gets hit. Coyle skates back at center. I still think it's too early to pull Swayman. Pastrnak, the centering pass didn't connect, and that's why. Here comes Kaprizov. Goes on in. The crowd wants the hat trick desperately. Pastrnak gets tripped up. Obviously, no call. I mean, that's not in the NHL rulebook. Tripping is just non-existent in the NHL rulebook. As Kaprizov missed that one wide. Rebound, slap shot from the blue line, misses to the blocker's side. Dumba keeps it in, shoots it around for Grzelcyk, and now the Bruins got to think about pulling the goalie. Dumped in again by Minnesota. I don't know what Boston's doing here. Grzelcyk to Riley to Haula. To Hall. Taylor Hall's going to wait. Circle the net. Taken way too long to get out of their zone, but now they're going to pull Swayman 6-on-5. Hall shoots it into the zone to the final minute. Backhander stolen by Boston. McAvoy from center ice. He finds Marchand. A quick shot saved Talbot. And we're probably going to get the Bruce Cassidy timeout. Yes, they do call timeout. I had a sense they were losing tonight. And I also may or may not be saying that just announcer jinxed them into a goal here, but well. You win some, you lose some. We're on to the Winnipeg, I guess. Bruins will probably beat the Jets. Hopefully Allmark starts that game as well. Oh, I'll rest up Swayman for the Canadians. Just to make sure we win that game. Well, even the few Bruins fans in attendance are trying to get hyped up. Here we go, 51 seconds. Face-off taken to the blocker's side of Talbot. Draw is won by Holla. From blade to stick, here's a shot and a trip out in front. Wild clear to the final 40 seconds. David Pastrnak back over to McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy is going to go on in. He's poke checked by Eriksson Ek. Coyle will send it up to Hall. Taylor Hall to the final 20 seconds. Time is just running out on the Bruins here. Hall finds nobody at the blue line. McAvoy dumps it over to Pastrnak. He gave it up. Empty net. Goal. Ryan Hartman with 4.9 to go. Wild win 4-2. Well, that was awful. We on to Winnipeg. That's the only thing you could say from this. Bruins might win if it's not a back-to-back. I don't know. 24th goal of the year for Hartman. Pastrnak, I mean, he gave it right to him. Crowd got into the Bruins' head tonight, that I will say. Good showing by the Wild crowd tonight at the XL Energy Center, and they're going to get a well-earned win for this Wild team. And they'll sweep the season series against the Bruins. 4-2 your final. Minnesota victorious on this edition of Wednesday Night Hockey. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening. Minnesota wins 4-2. Should be back for another Bruins broadcast Friday when they face Winnipeg. But I'll keep you updated on that. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of it.